Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Little Likac vlogs for November 2023, day 2. It is Thursday the 2nd of November and it is 7:25 and I am just making my breakfast. This morning's breakfast is a sausage cob, as we would call it in Derbyshire, a bap, a roll, a bread roll, a barm cake, whatever you want to call it. A couple of sausages stuck into one of those. Actually, I say that, I think technically it was a muffin. It was a oven bottom muffin, something like that. Anyway, that's what's cooking for breakfast. A couple of sausages cooking. I've got my coffee, hang on. Coffee. Oh, look, see my little rabbit, Tilly, the hair up there. So I hope you enjoyed yesterday's vlog. If you did, I hope you subscribed and thank you for coming back. When I was editing it last night, I noticed my hair was such a mess. I'd been outside quite a lot and it was really windy yesterday. And, oh, hang on, I'm just going and check on my sausages because they may be, excuse the mess. I say that a lot. Right, oh yes, okay, let's just switch off the grill and I'll sort those in a second. So thank you if you enjoyed the vlog yesterday. As I've brushed my hair today. I've got a really busy day today. In fact, I'm going to be heading off shortly. I'm going up to meet Liz, who is the owner of Nibbles, Needles and Hooks, a really lovely yarn shop in Derbyshire. Going to go, and she's also got like a cafe there as well. So I'm going up to meet her early doors as soon as she opens. We're going to have a little chat about a few projects we've got in mind. I will perhaps film a little bit of footage there today, but actually the plan is at some point I'm going to go back up there properly and we're going to have a real good chat about running a yarn shop and things like that. So I'm going to go and see her today. We're going to have a little business meeting, a chance to have a coffee and a chat, and yeah, get the plans together for that. So later in the vlogs this month you should get a full, more in-depth information about Liz and her yarn shop. So doing that first thing, then I'm going into work. I've actually just grabbed something out of the freezer to take for lunch with me today, which is a Slimming World lunch pot. I used to do Slimming World all the time. I lost a lot of weight on Slimming World a few years ago, and then during the pandemic I put on all the weight and yeah, just can't seem to get my head back into anything to lose the weight again. But I don't want to talk about that particularly anyway. But there is quite a lot of Slimming World food left in the freezer. And I mentioned yesterday we're trying to use up a lot of food in our freezer because there's a lot of food that's been in that freezer probably way longer than it should be. And I don't really buy into all the, you must use it by this date and you must use that by that date. I think that's just another way of society being really wasteful. But so we are trying to use up. We have two freezers, a small freezer in the kitchen in the house and a small chest freezer in the garage, and they both desperately need de-icing. So yes, so I'm taking a Slimming World lunch bowl with me. Really want to crack through more marking today and make sure I've got everything prepped for the first few days back next week. And then this evening is knit group. I went onto a Zoom group last night, saw a few people, other people who have podcasts, like Caroline from Aria Bark podcast and Nancy, and I cannot remember what Nancy's podcast is called. So yeah, saw a few other people there, stayed on there for a little while. And tonight I'm going to an in-person knit group. One that I go to every week, so that will be really lovely as well. So those are the main plans for the day. Yep, off to Nibbles, Needles and Hooks, school, marking, come home, do a little bit of shopping, nothing majorly exciting, you know, bread. I'm sure there's something else, frozen peas. Yes, dinner tonight. Husband and I will be cooking our own dinner because I want to get to knit group, which starts at 6 o'clock. So I will be having some sweet potato chips from out of the freezer, some cheese and onion crisp bake things from out of the freezer, and some peas. So it's not going to be a week of culinary delights. It's more a case of going to be a week of what have we got in the freezer, what can we use with that. So, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's actually quite a good habit to get into occasionally, I think. And we're just trying to run down the freezers, partly so we can defrost them and then start putting some bits in for the C word, Christmas. Right, okay, enough of my chat. I need to eat my sausage cob, bap, balm, whatever you want to call it. I need to eat that, and it's 7:30 now. I said that I'd be up at Liz's about 8:30. This time of day, it's probably a 30-minute journey, so see you in a little bit. Oh, and I'll show you in a minute. If I've got time before I go up to see Liz, I'll show you the progress I made on the I'm Too Socksy Socks. So as you can see from the view out my window, it is chucking it down with rain. Storm Kieran has hit the Midlands, or the East Midlands. It's nowhere near as bad as Storm Babette was for us a couple of weeks ago. I've just seen my hair, it's looking a mess again now. But it is 1:30. It's heavy rain. I've just driven home, well, driven mostly home from school, and all down the dual carriageway the standing water was getting pretty heavy, so I'm glad I didn't leave it any later. I'm just going to nip into Morrison's, Morrison's car park. Just going to nip in there, pick up a few bits and pieces, then head home. I've met with Liz this morning and I knitted on my I'm Too Socksy Socks, and I think I messed them up because I was talking. And also there's a dropped stitch from earlier, from last night. So they're looking a bit of a mess. So when we get home, we need to have a look at those and see whether I need to rip right back to my drop stitch, which I really hope not. I could probably just fix that from inside, and just sort out whatever mistake I've made on the last row or so. All right, let's go shopping. What fun. Here's you. Okay, so this is the progress I've made on the I'm Too Socksy Socks. I mentioned that I'd got a dropped stitch. That's all the way back here, right the way back there. So I've just put that stitch marker in there to keep it safe, and I will go in from the inside and sort that at some point. There's no way I'm tinking all that back or frogging all that back. But somewhere there is a mistake, hopefully just in the last round or so. So I just need to do a bit of counting on the stitches on here and work out where the mistake is. And it'll be because I was chatting away while I was knitting on them. And yeah, these may not be the best project to take to knit group this evening. I might have to take the Hexie cardigan to that, because I've just proven this morning that chatting and working on these don't work. Because just have to concentrate a little bit on that bit. Oh well, never mind, but you can see I've made good progress and I really like the way the patterns come out. Oh, and yarn buyer's confession. While I was talking to Liz at Nibbles, Needles and Hooks, I bought this. Isn't it beautiful? West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the colourway Penny Royal. And actually the reason I got this is because I think it will go with quite a few sock yarns I'm planning on using for the make along next year. And I think this will be a nice contrast colour for, or complementary colour even, for heels, toes and cuffs. So I picked this out because I can think of at least two sock yarns I've got that will be a nice complementary or contrasting colour. Right, so yeah, plan now, it's 2:15. Plan now is to at least fix this, maybe fix this. And then I suppose we're going to knit group this evening. Hang on, let me just show you the weather. You might be able to hear the weather, but you can see the rain on the windowsill. So yes, so if it keeps chucking it down with rain, Derby is pretty bad for flooding. So I'm going to keep a close eye out on the weather, because we're still getting over Storm Babette from 2 weeks ago, where we had really bad flooding in Derby city centre and a lot of roads closed, some of which still haven't reopened because of the damage that was done. So I shall be keeping an eye open on the local news, because if roads start closing in the city centre, I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to go drive in and add to the chaos. All right, okay, I'll check in with you later. Hello, it's me again, and I'm quite excited because I've got a new little bit of equipment today that has just arrived, and it is like a tripod, but slightly different to a tripod. But it's a stand basically that I can use up here for my phone, and it's quite stable and seems to be working quite well. So just a little update. Sorted out the Too Socksy Socks, and actually I hadn't really made that much of a mistake on it at all. So drop the needle. Sorted that out. Haven't sewn in the drop stitch. I've just put the stitch marker on the inside. We'll deal with that later. But I am going to take this to knit group tonight, because I'm now at the heel flap point. So I can definitely work on the heel flap and chat at the same time. Right, let me just try and pick up the drop needle. Drop stitches, drop needles. So yes, anyway, so there's the I'm Too Socksy Socks, or that way up. And that's coming on really well. I've done the leg in, what, a space of a day. So that is going to go to knit group with me this evening. I also finished sewing in, grafting the ends on this pair of socks. So they are done and complete and beautifully matching. Those are matching. The I'm Too Socksy ones might not be. So those are done, finished. Another completed object, and another whip actually that was on the needles at the start of the year, and are now off the needles. Just thinking about what I'm going to work on. I'm going to have to start on dinner in about an hour's time. So just debating what to work on for an hour. I think I might do a little bit on this project. If I just get a repeat done of the pattern, that will be. Let me show you where my progress on this one. So I've got that far with it so far. I think I'll try and do a repeat of the pattern. It's a 12 row repeat, I think. Not even that, 8 row repeat. So yeah, I'll get a repeat of the pattern on there before I start cooking dinner. I will go through all the details of the cable sweater vest top in the podcast at the end of the weekend, over the weekend. So that's the next thing to do. I'm just chilling out. The weather is still pretty miserable here, but not too bad. I've not seen any notices about any road closures or anything like that. See you in a bit. It's me again. I wave every time, don't I? Hi, it's me again. So I'm back from knit group. I need to put this together and edit it. But this is how much of my sock I got done during knit group. Did the whole of the heel flap and turned the heel and just picked up the gusset stitches. So got quite a bit done really. had a nice evening chatting to friends. So that's how the sock is looking. That's the front. That's the back. So it's coming on really well. So yeah, the I'm Too Socksy Socks. Got quite a lot done today. Right, thanks for joining me. Tomorrow we are off to my mum and dad's for the day. And also I have got a request from you guys for some Christmas inspiration. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have liked the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.